The 50 years evolution of a comic book icon into a film blockbuster. Warner Brothers, Batman, 1989. In the 1930s, to capitalize on the popularity in comic books of Superman, Bob Kane, an 18-year-old art student, conceived of Batman as a mix of Zorro, Scarlet Pimpernel, and the Shadow. Writer Bill Finger suggested Batman dressed in the cowl, cape, and gray-black color scheme, as well as being the rich aristocrat Bruce Wayne with the skills of a detective like Sherlock Holmes. Batman first appeared in Detective Comics May 1939. Sidekick Robin was added in May 1940. According to Kane, Batman needed a buddy he could talk to. The comics were an immediate success. In 1943, Columbia Pictures produced a 15-serial Batman and Robin battling Dr. Daka, a secret agent of the Japanese Imperial government. A heavy anti-Japanese propaganda film at the height of World War II. A second serial was released in 1949, Batman and Robin. In the 1950s, Columbia Pictures successfully re-released the 1943 Batman as a Saturday matinee. This later prompted marathon showings of Evening with Batman and Robin beginning in 1965. In 1966-68, ABC television, Batman, was exceptionally popular, heavy on the comedy, action, and villain of the week. The success of the TV show spawned a theatrical movie. The Batman TV series lasted 3 seasons, 120 episodes, included Batgirl in the final season.
All right, Egghead, come to me. With Egghead, Olga, and the Cossacks on the loose, when and how will it end? Will it end? Maybe we'll get an inkling in our next episode.
In 1973, Yvonne Craig and Burt Ward reprised their role as Batgirl and Robin in an equal pay PSA. A stand-in played Batman. Adam West wanted to disassociate his connection to Batman.
A ticking bomb means trouble for Batman and Robin.
Holy, breaking and entering! It's Batgirl!
Quick, Batgirl. Untie us before it's too late.
It's already too late. I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin. Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
No time for jokes, Batgirl.
It's no joke. It's the federal equal pay law.
Holy act of Congress!
If you're not getting equal pay, contact the Wage and Hour Division, U.S. Department of Labor.
In 1978, producers Michael Uslan and Benjamin Melniker purchased from DC Comics the film rights to Batman. Uslan, a comic book fan, was horrified with the 1960s TV portrayal of Batman. He wanted to make the definitive, dark, serious version of Batman. Unfortunately, the major film studios preferred the campy Batman similar to the 1960s TV show. In 1979, high-profile John Peters and Peter Guber joined the team in promoting the project. After a strong hype at the Comic Art Convention in July 1980, Warner Brothers decided to produce the serious Batman film. It took 6 years, in 1986, before Tim Burton was named as Batman's director. Shortly thereafter, Sam Hamm, a comic enthusiast, completed a screenplay acceptable to the studio. Even after this delay, Warner Brothers did not greenlit production until after Burton's success with Beetlejuice in 1988. Warner Brothers wanted a known leading actor for the title role, suggesting Mel Gibson, Kevin Costner, Tom Selleck, Harrison Ford, and Dennis Quaid. With the 1960s TV Batman in their head, most actors weren't really interested. Producer John Peters suggested Michael Keaton, arguing he had the right edgy, tormented quality after having seen his dramatic performance in Clean and Sober. Tim Burton agreed, having just directed Keaton in Beetlejuice. With Tim Burton known for Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Michael Keaton's Mr. Mom, comic fans were concerned about where the film was headed. Peters rushed the film trailer to offset the initial negatives of Keaton and Burton. Played in thousands of theaters, it created enormous response for the film, with audiences clapping and cheering. Jack
Vicky Vale.
Bruce Wayne.
And what do you do for a living?
Jack Nicholson was a popular choice for the Joker role, and he knew it. Nicholson had what was known as an off-the-clock agreement. His contract specified the number of hours he was entitled to have off each day, from the time he left the set to the time he reported back for filming, as well as being off for Los Angeles Lakers home games. He reduced his standard $10 million fee to $6 million in exchange for a cut of the film's earnings. He also demanded top billing on promotional materials. Kim Basinger was a last-minute replacement for Sean Young, originally cast as Vicky Vale, but was injured in a horse-riding accident. Michelle Pfeiffer was considered for the role, though not chosen. She landed a bigger role, Catwoman, in the next Batman film. Other memorable actors in Batman 1989. John Peters was a hands-on producer, present almost every filming day. Due to creative differences, Peters and Burton would continually fight during the filming of Batman. When Burton negotiated for Batman's returns, Burton insisted that Peters was severely restricted access to the set. Both Burton and Peters did agree on sets, clashing architectural styles to make Gotham City the ugliest and bleakest imaginable. John Peters added the finale tower scene without consulting with Tim Burton, and he insisted that Kim Basinger be included in the scene. Peters was enamored with the scene from Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo, 1958, with James Stewart and Kim Novak. On the other hand, when Jack Nicholson asked how to do the tower scene, Tim Burton replied he didn't know. The scene was largely improvised by the actors. When Batman did open, it was both critically and financially successful, earning over $400 million in box office totals. It was the fifth highest grossing film in the history at the time of its release. Despite the film's box office, over $400 million against a budget of no more than $48 million, Warner Brothers claimed it ended up losing $35.8 million and not likely to ever show a profit, which has been attributed to a case of Hollywood accounting. Superman, Warner Brothers' most successful film back in 1978, made only $300 million with a larger budget than Batman of $55 million. What Warner Brothers failed to mention is the profit from merchandise tie-ins. In the months before and after Batman's release in June 1989, Batmania generated over $750 million worth of merchandise.
Hold on.
Jack Nicholson earned $50 million, a percentage of the film's gross and merchandise toys sold. The Prince Batman soundtrack was yet another profitable venture for Warner Brothers. This was a serious PG-13 movie with minimum graphic violences and sexual overtones. Family with teens, friendly movie that adults can enjoy. In the end, everything just fit into place. The characters, the story, the atmosphere showed respect to the Batman first visualized in the comic books. 7 live-action Batman films followed, producing $5 billion for Warner Brothers. Not a bad haul.